faith, hope, and love, these three abide, but the greatest of these is love. A little Lazarus. I found the tiny body lying limp on the doorstep, so small I mistook it for a bit of moving-in debris and would have swept it away until I caught the green glimmer of hummingbird wings. "Look," I said, not touching it, afraid to make things worse, not wanting even its small death on my hands. Here is where the nursing spirit shows us common mortals up, believing as they do it's better to die loved and being loved than all alone. You never hesitated to lift the crumpled feathers into the cup of your palm, whispering consolations, cooing your compassion, as if you could talk it back to life, a life I felt sure he'd already given up. You took it to the feeder which you had so lovingly cleaned and filled, while I grew frustrated that you took so long at this one task while I cleaned and mopped the entire cabin. Like Mary and Martha, the sisters of Lazarus, the day Jesus dropped in for a visit, and Mary sat herself down on a stool by the teacher who kicked back in a recliner to share stories and swap tales, whispering their affections, while Martha swept the floor, fixed dinner, set the table, because she knew the Lord would appreciate it. And besides, that's what she knew to do. And she felt left out as their laughter drifted by her sweat-soaked brow, embittering some once sweet place in her well-meaning soul. And she hollered at Mary that she sure could use a little help around here. But Mr. Intuitive, suitor of souls, Jesus, called out to her where she stood angrily eavesdropping there in the kitchen. "Cut it out, Martha. Mary's busy doing what Mary does best. Why don't you join us? Come on in here and love my neck." And that's how it was with the hummingbird. Like some biblical Martha Stewart, I worked, while you performed a miracle. Hard labor without love is just more work. It's love that makes a miracle. And the hummer perched up right now on your thumb, not looking the least bit frightened, only stunned. I watched as you touched your finger to that bright and shining feeder, drew back one glistening drop of sugar water and held it out to him. He dipped his needle beak and sipped it from your fingertip, then flew. Just lifted up and flew as if he'd never been a broken body lying on a porch step. As if the sweetened water from a bright and shining feeder was a baptism, and you a layer on of hands, healing with your quiet words of comfort in a clean bird feeder. I was relieved to see him go, glad that he survived, but happy too to turn him back to Mother Nature. Into her hands I commit his soul. But your hummingbird heart beat after him, hoping, praying for the outcome. And I could see how your little Lazarus had chipped away a bright green bit of God's glass from your rainbow-colored soul.